Please welcome our spotlight speaker, Beth Lipson, Executive Vice President of Strategic Initiatives, Opportunity Finance Network.
Hello. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us after lunch today. Appreciate it. Again, I'm Beth Lipson from the Opportunity Finance Network. Our organization is a national membership organization of community development financial institutions. And those are all mission-driven organizations that lend in their communities. We've heard, I know folks on the earlier panels talked about CDFIs a bit and alternative sources of capital, and these are those alternative sources of financing capital. So to give you a little bit of flavor for what the CDFI industry is and these types of lenders, our organization put together a 90-second video just to give you a flavor for the CDFI industry. So I'm going to turn to the screen now to show that video. So I hope that gave you a little bit of a flavor for what CDFIs are and what they're trying to accomplish in their local communities, because I think that will be a great resource for many of the small businesses out there today and across the nation that are looking for financing. CDFIs are unique in that, first, they provide solutions in terms of innovative products. They provide technical assistance to a lot of the borrowers that come in the door. I was actually talking to one small business owner earlier today, and they were telling me about an experience with a CDFI where they really walked through the whole lending process, provided a lot of technical assistance in working through the business plan, and that's really where CDFIs are unique. They take that time. Many of them are nonprofit organizations and are able to take that time and work with their business borrowers. They're oftentimes are able to provide, products and collateral that may not be the type of collateral that banks are needing. They can be a little bit more flexible in terms of the products and the terms that they can offer. So again, they're a great source of capital for small businesses. And all of the CDFIs are looking for an impact. They are mission-driven organizations. The impact can come in the form of jobs, affordable housing units, community services, and other impacts in the community. CDFIs lend to a lot of types of community businesses. They lend to small businesses. Some of them lend to micro-enterprise businesses, very small businesses providing loans, less than $5,000. Some of them provide loans to nonprofit organizations, housing developers. There's a lot of variety within CDFIs. There's other types of CDFIs, credit unions and others that actually serve individuals. So underbanked and unbanked individuals are also served by the CDFI community. And CDFIs are 100% dedicated to affordable and responsible financing products. I just want to give you a little sense for the scope of the industry and what types of organizations are out there. Right now, there are over 700 active CDFIs in the US. I'm thrilled that I think 4 of our members are here with us today. Axion, who we heard from before. There's actually 2 that are going to be on the panel, the alternative financing panel right after this, Craft 3 and Community Capital Development. And then Grow America Fund is also here today. So I definitely encourage you to talk to those CDFIs and find out what financing products that they offer. CDFIs are operating throughout the US in urban areas, in rural areas, and also in Native American communities. So they serve a variety of types of businesses and a variety of different geographies. And then I put up here just a couple of the financing impacts that the CDFIs in our network have had. So you can see here they've served cumulatively close to 84,000 businesses and have created or retained close to 500,000 jobs. So we're thrilled about some of those community impacts that they're having in the communities that they serve. I wanted to talk about a national partnership that Opportunity Finance Network had with Starbucks and is continuing to create jobs in the community. And I think this is a good example of the types of innovative partnerships that CDFIs are able to create in their communities. This began as a partnership back in 2011. It was the height of the national jobs crisis, and Starbucks, and particularly Howard Schultz, was frustrated with the level of unemployment, which was greater than 9% at the time, and they were looking to develop a partnership where they could use their scale for good and to help with the jobs crisis. So they partnered with Opportunity Finance Network, and we came up with the Create Jobs for USA program. And what that program does is it raises donations from corporations and individuals. And the premise of it is really Americans helping other Americans and trying to solve the jobs crisis. And so, we were really reaching out to the community in trying to solve the jobs crisis. And what the fund did after they raised donations was provided those as Opportunity Finance Network organized that fund and provided capital grants to CDFIs that became Create Jobs for USA awardees. And the CDFIs, in turn, took those grants, those capital grants, leveraged them with additional debt onto their balance sheet, and were able to make loans to community businesses in their marketplace that all created and retained jobs. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the progress of this initiative that's been around for about 2 years and is continuing. We have raised $15 million of donations through Create Jobs for USA, and those funds have helped leverage over $100 million of financing in businesses, community businesses throughout the U.S., and that has created or retained approximately 5,000 jobs. So we're thrilled with those results to date, and we continue that program and hoping it will continue to grow. We've been able to make capital grants to 120 of our CDFIs in our network, and again, continuing that program. Why did Starbucks choose the CDFI industry to partner with? Because as many of you know, and as many of you CDFIs are not always well known. So why did Starbucks choose Opportunity Finance Network and the CDFI industry? First is we're a performance-based industry. While sometimes we lend, with more flexible terms than banks, we are about performance, and the CDFI industry has overall has loss rates which rival the commercial banks. We have loss rates of, on average 2%. For the industry and rival other banking sectors. So we are very performance oriented. We're performance oriented in terms of both our financially getting those loans repaid, but also in terms of impact. All of the loans that we make have an impact. And as I said up front, we're mission-driven organizations and mission-driven lenders. And CDFIs are able to deliver and show the impact that they have. They are able to show the borrowers that they are lending to and are able to demonstrate the impact of those borrowers. A third reason why Starbucks chose our industry is we were able to partner with them on marketing and visibility of this campaign. A key piece of Americans Helping Americans is getting the word out there. And by OFN and our network of CDFIs was able to collect great community business borrower stories. And so I'd encourage you, as you're thinking about your business and thinking about getting financing, it's not just the numbers. We heard this morning, it's, the numbers are very important, but it's also about the impact of your business and the impact that your business is having on the community. So I encourage you to tell that story as well. And make sure that you can articulate that story, because those stories are critical in enabling us to be able to tell the story about Create Jobs for USA and how we were able to create jobs throughout the country. Wanted to tell you a little bit about the $15 million of donations and how we were able to raise that. because I think we had a somewhat unique platform. Create Jobs for USA was an open platform where it wasn't just Starbucks as one company participating. They and us really encouraged other corporations to join in. So we had a couple other headline supporters, Google Offers, Banana Republic, and Citi, where those companies, in addition to making donations, really mobilized their employee and customer bases as well. Just as an example, Banana Republic had 2 sales at their stores where a portion of the proceeds went to Create Jobs for USA. So they were willing to advertise this program and make it part of their business with their consumers. We had other contributors in a smaller scale way to the program as well, other small businesses and large corporations. And then finally, a real key piece of the program was the individuals that were mobilized. We actually provided to you in your packet these wristbands. And for a $5 donation or more, individuals got wristbands to show their support for the program. So I'm hoping that you leave today and can wear your wristband and demonstrate your support for creating jobs throughout the U.S. and for CDFIs and the CDFI community. And you can also visit createjobsforusa.org to receive additional wristbands, to read the success stories of the small businesses that got loans through the Create Jobs for USA program. And it's really a great diversity of businesses that were financed, from child care centers to charter schools to small businesses to restaurants. It's really a great variety. And you can go there to learn more about the Create Jobs for USA program. As I said, one of the reasons why Starbucks partnered with the industry was that a key piece was generating that visibility to grow the program. And we were thrilled that we were able to generate more than 1 billion media impressions throughout the US for this program. And one of the really exciting things to us was that we were able to spotlight a lot of the community businesses that were financed, because those stories are not always told and are not always told to the public and nationwide. So we were thrilled that the community businesses, many of the community businesses that were financed, we were able to get their stories. You'll see them, they're on our website, but they were also in media, in some of the advertising that was done. And so it really highlighted the great work that you guys are doing out there in starting businesses, creating jobs, retaining jobs, and we were really excited that that was a key piece of the program. I just wanted to give a couple examples of some of the small businesses that were financed. This is Frichette's Sales and Service. And this was a company, it was a landscape business, and the owner was retiring. And the business would have closed if not for a loan from a CDFI that enabled one of the employees to purchase the business and continue the business and create 2 additional jobs. So these are the types of, thank you. These are the types of businesses that are financed. This next one is Brookford Farms. It's in Canterbury, New Hampshire, and this was an organic farm that the lease on the farmland was not being renewed, and this farm was going to have to close, and a CDFI made a loan to enable a couple to purchase new land and move the farm to this land, and it retained 15 jobs. So these are the types of businesses that are financed by CDFIs, and there's a huge variety of types of businesses. I just wanted to give you a couple examples, and I definitely, again, encourage you to talk to the CDFIs that are here today. Wanted to go through a couple lessons learned as we think about this program and about the CDFI industry and job creation. For us, this program was a new driver of visibility, capital, and financing for community businesses. And as our industry again, we're not that well known, and to get, a national partnership with an organization like Starbucks willing to, be associated and really connected with this industry was very exciting to us. We also recognize from this program the power of a simple message. For this program, it was around job creation, and we stuck to that, and it really resonated with individuals. We had over 800,000 individuals that supported this program, as well as corporations. And one of the things we realized was that corporations really do want to be part of the solution. And in this case, we found corporations that want to be part of the solution to job creation. CDFIs are actually impacting a number of other areas beyond just jobs. They're impacting, some of the impacts that they have are in terms of the environment, affordable housing, some of the community services, social services agencies that they finance. So there's a lot of types of impacts that CDFIs are having in their community, and job creation was one of them, and we were thrilled to partner with Starbucks on that. But as we look forward, we think there's opportunities to partner with other corporations that may be interested in some of those other areas that CDFIs impact as well. And then finally, as I said, we really recognize the importance of stories about impact, and using those community business stories and the work that you guys are doing out there, the hard work to create jobs, to create new businesses, to create those services that your community really needs. Those are the stories that we need to tell, and we need to continue to tell. And we need to make sure that everybody knows about the impact that your businesses are having out in the community. So I have 1 minute left. Am I allowed to take questions? Anybody have questions? Okay, well, thank you. And I look forward to the alternative panel. You'll hear from a couple of our CDFI members on that panel. Thank you very much.